Man, this one was actually really hard to watch. I ran into this video right here from you know what? Let me see his name here. His name is the plot hole. Okay, the plot hole. He actually does reaction videos on other auditors as well, but he tends to defend the police more than the. I see biased here. I see bias, but as for me, I'm unbiased, okay? Either I'm on the auditor side or the cop side or the official side. So let's go into it. Let's see if this guy is actually right on exposing this auditor being erroneous, right? Erroneous. Let's check it out.
What's the motive for you?
To educate. My goal is to educate and exercise my rights.
I feel like these have been beat to death on YouTube, and I feel like we're not getting anything new out of it.
They've been beat to death on YouTube and we're not getting nothing out of it. And he said just to teach and educate, right? All right. Okay. So it seems like this auditor is a little bit new. So give him a little slack. All right. Give him a little slack. Don't be too rough on him. He's starting out to do the first audits, the First Amendment audits. And, you know, sometimes they're going to mess up in the beginning.
Oh boy, we're back to auditing the BMV. For some reason, this video doesn't include the frauditor's behavior before the police were called. I wonder why.
No one call. I'm sorry, I put him in front.
How you doing today, officer? Can I get your name and badge number?
Don't I know you? You live in Norwood, don't you?
Norwood? Nope, don't live in Norwood. Can I get your name and badge number real quick?
No, let me go talk to the people that called
Them
on
too?
you.
He said no. That it is his policy. It is for the police officer. They do have to give their name. They have to give their name and badge number because he actually interacted with them. If he would have just ignored him and just passed by him, then you know he could have had a point, but not if he actually asked them, don't I know you? You know, have an interaction with somebody, you have to give your name and badge number. So there's already one red flag for the police officer.
Is that your policy?
No, it's not my policy.
It actually is your policy.
No,
It is. But okay, that's sure.
Stop following me, though. Thanks.
I'm not following you. I'm in a public place.
All right, so now he said, stop following me. Is that a law? All right, don't we have a right to record our officials while they're on duty? Yes. Yes, you can actually follow a police officer to record them while on duty. It's like a supervisor, right? You're just supervising, making sure that everything is running correctly.
You're one of those auditors, right?
One of those. That
You're
sounds
a journalist, right?
We're off to a great start. I love this officer's response to the frauditor script. The fact that he immediately shut down that nonsense is priceless.
That sounds great.
Yeah, so it's not nonsense. It's not the whole policy thing. The officer is incorrect. Okay, the whole policy thing. Also following him, also incorrect. So far, 2 red flags for the police officer, none for the auditor. All right. So now the thing that they said earlier, they said that we didn't even see the footage of why they called the police, right? They could have had an interaction. I don't know why they didn't put it in the footage, but whatever. Let's see.
Great. You guys want him trespass from your privately owned
You
business?
can't. You gonna trespass me?
It's a privately owned
And
business.
check this out. Look at what he's wearing right under his name tag. USMC. Another fellow Marine. That's my brother right there. That's my brother. You know, once a Marine, always a Marine. If you guys are new here to my channel, I was in the Marine Corps for a few years myself. I was a martial arts instructor there. I was a drill instructor there. And I also served in Operation Iraqi Freedom. So I know my way around the Marine Corps. And as you can see, hoorah, USMC right there. But come on, you have to give your badge and name and badge. You also have to let those civilians that have the freedom of press, the right to record public officials while they're on duty, right? So You can't tell them stop following me.
Which makes it public.
It's a privately owned business.
makes it public.
They don't want you in here, bud. Back up, man. You're blocking a fire
into
escape.
me. I was walking in. You're
blocking
turning
a
around.
fire
You're
escape,
blocking
man.
it, buddy.
What do you want?
Are you
man?
serious right now?
Yeah. They don't want you in there.
I want a supervisor, sir.
No.
See, so right there again, policy. You have to call a supervisor. If a member of the public, civilian, asks for a supervisor, you have to. It's in their policy. It's in the rules and regulations. So that's another error. As for the auditor, the only thing that I see on the auditor, because he said it's a BM bureau, right? It's like motor vehicles BMV or something like that. Over here in California, it's a DMC, right? Department of Motor Vehicles, DMV. I hardly go there, excuse me. But yeah, DMV over here and BMV over there. So I don't know if it's different, but he says that because it's owned, he said it's owned privately. I don't think so, because who's paying their salaries? Whoever is paying their salaries is what makes it either private or public. If it's a private entity that's paying their salaries, whatever work they're doing there, who's paying them? As for me, I own my own business myself. Whoever works for me works in a private business. I pay them, so they're getting paid by private business, not by the government. You see that?
You're denying me request of a supervisor?
Yeah, I am. Because there's no need for one.
I can hear the frauditor tears flowing on this one. What's the over-under on how long it takes for one of them to hit the comments with a common tyrant or bootlicker bullshit?
Are you trespassing me on threat of arrest?
I'm telling you, you just can't go back in there, man. They
And
don't
if
want
I
you
go
in
back
there,
in there,
okay?
are you going to arrest me?
It's
Is
not
that
gonna arrest
a
you. I have
lawful order?
discretion. You watch too much YouTube, man. Get out of here.
Nah, he's gaffing him off. He's just, I don't know. He has a bad mood. He has a bad character. He dislikes the First Amendment auditors. That's it. He just came in with that kind of mentality. So far, go call your supervisor. And what's so hard about calling your supervisor? So your supervisor can give them the right answer, right? Just to make sure, basically. If your supervisor says the same thing, then that's it. He needs to leave. He needs to leave. Now, if the supervisor is incorrect, is erroneous as well, then you go to the police station and speak to the next chain of command. So on and so on. But don't waste anybody's time if it's your fault. If you were in a private business and you go through the chain of command to try to correct the situation, it's a private business. You're wasting tech dollars. You're wasting services. But in this case, let me know in the comment section. I can do a little bit of research on the BMV and the whole private entity owning the BMV. I don't think so. No, it always comes down to the rule of thumb. Who's paying their salaries, right? How are they getting the, let's say, the assets? How are they getting them? Are they getting from the government or from a private citizen? That's what it is.
Okay.
It's like this cop knows what we know. Yes, he watches too much YouTube. And your frauditor stops at university training isn't going to serve you well. Yes, the Ohio Bureau of Motor Vehicles is a government agency.
The Ohio Bureau of Motor Vehicles, okay, it's a public agency, but...
However, back in 2014, Ohio...
So in 2014...
decided to privatize all BMV offices.
They decided to privatize all BMV offices. They decided to privatize. What is that? You're making it unavailable to the public? Is that what it is? Or no, it makes no sense whatsoever. It makes no sense whatsoever.
Unless Ohio has reversed that decision, you're harassing a private business.
So what if they did reverse that decision? So now the cop is on the wrong. So the cop, that's why you call it supervisor. Like I said, if the supervisor is wrong as well, okay, you do have to leave, or you can see if you can request a officer, right? a higher ranking officer or something like that, or just go to the police station.
Have a good
Seriously,
day.
are you going to arrest me if I go
Have a
back
good
in
day,
there?
bud. Have a good day, man.
I'm going to go back in there if you don't tell me you're going to arrest me.
Look, I just trespassed you on behalf of them.
Okay,
It's
can I
a
get my
privately
paper?
owned-
Where's my paper?
Well,
Which makes
it's
it
privately
public?
owned,
Which
bud.
makes it public?
No, do you know
Yeah,
what private means?
once the government buys onto a private building, that part of the building becomes public.
So, B&B.
That is true. That is true. Once a private, like if a private citizen owns that building and they lease it to the government, that makes it public. That means makes it ours, right? We the people. So yeah, that's how it works. It's not that they privatize it. Just because they're leasing it from a private citizen doesn't mean the private citizen has the saying on what happens with the services. Who gets the services? Who gets trespassed? So no, it's the government. They're just leasing the building. The owner of the building has no say on the services.
These are privately owned, okay? Did you not know that?
That's not true.
Yes, they are. They're privately owned.
Yes, that's true. Looks like this journalist didn't do his homework.
That's owned by a
They can be
business.
privately owned, but they're still public.
It's a business.
It's a
okay?
government business, yeah, which makes it public.
It's
That's
a
why I'm
privately
asking for
owned
a
business.
supervisor
I'm
before
not-
you make a mistake.
I'm not calling a business. I'm not calling my supervisor. Don't
Well, I'm
go back in that
requesting a
business, okay,
supervisor.
bud? No.
Are you doing it under threat of arrest?
I'm telling you, you're not allowed back in there, bud, okay?
Yeah, are you
Causing
telling
annoyance-
me?
Listen,
Are you
causing an
with a
annoyance and
lawful
alarm.
order? Is that
Listen
a
to what I'm
lawful
saying.
order?
Are you gonna let me talk, man, or are you just gonna make your video? You're causing an annoyance and alarm
No,
to
I'm
the
not.
people inside of that business. Yes, you are. That's why I'm
Videotaping?
here. Yes, you are
So,
causing
are
an
you the
annoyance and
feelings
alarm.
police or law
I'm telling you, you're
police?
causing an annoyance and alarm, which is the statute, which comes to disorderly conduct. You're becoming
Really?
disorderly at this.
This is where he stops his video and shows a statute for disorderly conduct. He cites that filming in public isn't covered. But here's the rub. You were filming in a privately owned business. They told you to leave. You didn't. Your purpose there is no longer lawful and serves no reasonable purpose.
Okay? It's a privately owned business.
Under threat of arrest, that's all I need.
I'm telling you to go away as a courtesy of the property owner, okay? Please go away.
Is that a threat? I'm not. Or is that a
You're
lawful
not
order?
gonna get any story here, bud. All right?
Okay,
This has
I
been
will, because
played
I
out
will be
all over
back
the
on a day
internet.
that I will be okay to be
This
arrested.
is
So I mean,
all over the internet, man. You're nothing original. Just go away, man.
you're a.
All right, so there you have it. I think the cop he has a bad attitude. First of all, it's unprofessional. Even if the citizen is wrong, you shouldn't have an attitude like that. You should still hold your professionalism, hold your bearing, your self-control on doing those kind of just little attitude spasms.
You're a trident, man.
Now that was bad. He said, "You're a trident." You get what he meant. He meant to say tyrant, but he said
He's a what? He's a trident? One of these? That's kind of cool, actually. I think the word you were looking for is tyrant. Tyrant. You frauditors can't even get your own script right.
What's your badge number, officer? I need your badge number. Let's see, 20169. What's your badge number, officer?
See, horrible. I forgot to put the screen, but horrible. I'll rewind it a little bit. Look at.
Let's see, 20169. What's your badge number, officer?
And especially if he trespassed them, he now really needs to give him his information. Oh man. So yeah, there you have it. That's one thing that I want to go into. Someone that has exposed the auditor. I want to go to that side now, see if I can do some reaction videos on that side, on the and exposing auditors, right? And the only thing, I don't see anything wrong with the auditor. Like I said, the only thing I don't think it's possible for the government to make a public service that we pay with our tax dollars private, because once they make it private, then we have no right to go in and get the services we need. It's if they don't let us in because we're wearing the wrong shirt, they're not going to let us in. It's not a private business. when you own your own business, then you have whatever rules you want to put on. I have a rule that you can't use profanity inside my training facility. So if anybody uses profanity in there, I can kick them out. And if they don't want to get out, then I'll call the cops, and the cops will trespass them because it's a private business. Now, using profanity is freedom of speech. You see that? And it depends how the level of profanity that you use. It can be a little bit more harsh than usual. Then you're causing a scene and stuff like that. But other than that, I would love to know what you think about this. The whole Ohio passing that law on 2014, making a BMV to a private. I don't think so. I don't think so. Let me know in the comment section. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you on the next one.